Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing awesomely well. I am Janine Harry, and I want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to hop on here. I do appreciate that so much. So let's get right into today's video, in which I will be discussing the importance and the magic of returning back to our childlike essence. Now, a couple of days ago, I happened to mention that I feel like my teenage self is awakening within me, that the innocence within me is rising again. And I don't know how people received that or how they interpreted that, but what I do know is that a lot of people may have thought, like, what on earth is happening to this woman? Has she become so innocent to the point where I cannot even have a normal adult conversation with her? Has she changed in these tremendous ways? What does it actually mean when she says the teenager within her is rising? And that is why today's video is so important, because I want to discuss what it actually means when somebody says that they are returning to the teenage essence, when they are returning to the childlike essence. So I want you to think back to your life as a child or a teenager. Things may not have been great or rosy, but if there's one thing we all had in common, it is this: we were such big dreamers. We believed in the possibilities of almost everything. And when we discussed our dreams and what we wanted to do when we grow up with our parents, we discussed those things with so much confidence. We didn't think for 1 minute, like, hey, maybe this can't happen, or maybe I can't do that. We spoke about our dreams with so much confidence because we really believed in the possibility of our dreams. We really believed that all things were possible. And this is actually why we wanted to become adults. And I know that you, just like myself, you were really excited to grow up, right? You were really excited to become that legal age of 18 or 21. You were super excited to become an adult because you believed that, hey, being an adult meant I can do whatever it is that I want to do. But more importantly, what that meant for you was that you could finally step into all the dreams that you had for yourself as a kid. But the funny and the saddest thing is that when we actually became adults, we lost that childlike wonder. We lost that part of ourselves that believed in possibilities. We lost our innocence. And in many respects, growing up has actually been and will always be the greatest tragedy, because it is losing that aspect of us that believes in possibility. Because the thing is that possibilities do exist. We are unfortunately pushed into a realm of existence where we just stop believing in possibilities. And this is why so many people say things like, I feel so old. I feel like I'm 10 years older than what I actually am. And this is because they are observing, or we have all been at that point, right, where we have observed our traumas and we have observed our limiting beliefs. And what we didn't realize, and what so many of us still don't realize, is that we are carrying these traumas and these limiting beliefs within our bodies. It is encoded in our DNAs to the point where we feel old. We feel like, oh, I'm so ready to give up. I'm so ready to retire. But once you actually make a conscious effort to let go of your limiting beliefs, to make peace with what has happened from a space of acceptance, you are able to return back to that innocent part of you. And this is why, as much as people will say things like, I feel so old, a lot of people will also say things like, I feel so young. I feel like I'm aging backwards. And this doesn't mean being propelled back into your actual physical teenage body, but it is returning back to that aspect, that frequency of you that believed in the pure potential of possibility within this world. Now, what I want you to understand is that you are not experiencing life through the lens of your numerical age. You are actually experiencing life through the lens of your traumas and through the lens of your limiting beliefs. And once you actually make a conscious effort to have better experiences and to let go of your traumas and to change your belief system, wow, you will definitely return back to this space of pure innocence, this space of pure potential. And at this point, I think it is so important to actually remind you of the difference between childish behavior and childlike behavior, because we do know that there is a huge difference. Childish behavior is when you believe in the possibilities of this world, but you believe in those possibilities from a space of obliviousness to what is actually happening within this world. You sort of like oblivious to the traumas and to the horrific nature of this society. But a childlike behavior is when you can still believe in the wonder, when you can still believe in the magic of this world, but only this time you are returning to that childlike wonder from a space of self awareness. It's when you are returning to your teenage self with wisdom, right? And this is why so many people say, like, I wish I knew back then what I know now. And that is just it. You can return to that aspect of yourself with all the wisdom that you have now. And this video is so timely because I know that a lot of people feel like they are running out of time simply because of how old they are. You may be thinking, like, hey, I'm almost headed to 40, or I'm almost headed to 50 or 60. I have run out of time. I can no longer dream. I can no longer put my mind to certain goals. And this is why it's so important to once again remember that age is nothing but a number. And we need to really understand that phrase from a more evolved perspective. Because, yes, you may be 50 or 60 years old, but sometimes you are just carrying the burdens and the traumas that have been imposed upon that age. But when you let go of all those traumas and you step into the part of you that believes in possibility, you will realize that you can be whatever age you want to be. And this is not about lying about your age and going up to people and saying things like, oh, I'm 16, oh, I'm 21. This is about the energy and the frequency that you can tap into. You are so able to tap into the innocent part of you, the part of you that believes in possibilities. And I know that I'm sounding repetitive at this point, but it is so important, guys, to return back to our original templates. Because returning back to our original templates is understanding the truth that has always existed, that we are limitless, that we can achieve whatever it is that we want to achieve. Yes, things take time, no doubt about that. But it's not about viewing that through the lens of disempowerment or viewing that through the lens of our limiting beliefs. It's knowing that we can be whatever it is that we want to be, do whatever it is that we want to do. It's about really returning back to the essence of ourselves, where we are giving ourselves permission to dream again. And sometimes I don't even like to use these words, dream big or change your limiting beliefs, because the language really influences how we feel, right? So just saying things like beliefs or dream big makes it once again seem like, oh, all of these things that we want is an impossibility. But you know what I mean, right? You know what I mean. So return back to your childlike essence. Ask yourself, where am I holding the burdens of my age? And how can I let go? How can I feel more free in this world? In what ways am I giving myself permission to see the magic, to see the wonder, and to see the beauty that actually exists in this life? Where am I wearing blinkers, and where do I need to take the blinkers off to actually see that everything that I want is within my reach? And this all means returning back to that innocent aspect of you, returning back to your childlike essence, tapping into all that you have been before the world told you who you should be and before the world did certain things to you. So today, make a conscious effort to return back to him or her. That little part of you that knew that everything was possible. Okay? And I'm going to leave this video right here. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you've not done so already, what are you waiting for? Please do subscribe to this YouTube channel and show this video your love. And do not forget to refer this channel to whoever you think might need to see it, okay? But for now, I'm sending you so much love and so much virtual hugs. Till next time, much love and have an amazing day further.